doing tonight? Yeah, let's go. Welcome here, everybody. A couple quick things before we get going. If you can help us out, please put your garbages in the garbage cans. They're at the back of the theater, to my left and my right. After the show, you can exit through these doors to your car. You don't have to go all the way around. And bathrooms are just through the door, through the next door, and down the stairs, okay? We've got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. A couple things I wanted to mention is Felissa Rose's new movie called The Forest Hills is playing at Shockstock tomorrow. It's the Canadian premiere, so that's very exciting. We also have Shockstock's closing event here Sunday night at 7. It's called Enter the Dragon. So yeah, you can see the poster. It's on this side, on the right-hand side. It looks pretty trauma-esque, I would say. That looks like a lot of fun. We also, our big horror movie for next month is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yes. Very pumped about that. That's June 9th at 9:30. But tonight is Sleepaway Camp. Yes. It is the 40th anniversary of Sleepaway Camp. It came out in 1983. We are very, very lucky to have the star of the movie here, Felissa Rose, and she's going to come up and introduce the movie. Just wanted to let you guys know we will be doing a Q&A after the show, so please stick around for that. And Felissa can come up here. She's going to do a quick intro. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Give her a big hand. Awesome.
Wow, thank you. And thank all of you for being here. I am so thrilled to be here. I am super grateful to see this movie with you. It's been 40 years. In 1982, in the fall, we filmed upstate New York, and this has been like my little baby for 40 years. So, how many people have not seen the film? Wow. Okay, I don't want to be a dick, so I won't spoil it. I won't say one thing about it. Do you know a little bit? Do you know, have you heard about maybe something small? All of a sudden I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm like, so guys, I went to camp one time. I appreciate you. I'm excited to do the Q&A afterwards. So for those of you who've seen it, who haven't seen it, think of questions. I'm here to answer anything you might want to ask about something small and weird. But again, thank you for being here. I love you and I appreciate you, and I'll see you in a little bit.
I didn't see this film until I knew you for quite a while. We knew each other for like 5 years. So I was already signing up, at conventions with her. So I saw the pictures. I knew the ending. So I wish I didn't. I wish I would have got to see this film without knowing the ending. I watched it with her. She's like, what she wants to go. I know you so well now. You're 13 and I'm living with a penis. I think I need to watch it now.
13 with a penis!
That's a bumper sticker in London, I know. It's an important thing. You get it.
Awesome. Well, we're going to start the Q&A. We're not going to wait too long here. No, I got a mic on. That's yours. We're not going to waste too much time here, so let's get right to it. Does anyone have any questions? I'm sure
There are no questions.
Yeah, right there.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am a crazy Gemini.
My birthday was in March, so you missed it, you fuckers. And she's a Gemini. I like how she says crazy Gemini. Isn't that an oxymoron?
Is there a question or just a quick? Yep. Well, definitely give our Hyland staff a good applause as well.
Thank you.
Worked very hard.
What's the projection's name?
Victor.
So Victor made, you see this light that's on us right now? This is a loop of a clear 35mm film because their spotlight broke. So that's why it's like doing this. he figured out, so that's really cool. We're actually being spotlighted by a film. What's up, girlfriend? Sherry?
So I spent most of my adult life at summer camp, so as a counselor, as a program director, by choice. So this movie has kind of a special part for me in my life because it represented summer camp so accurately. I did read, and I wanted to get. If this is a question that you can answer, I read that Robert, the director, went to that camp. Was that true?
True.
Okay, so the details of this movie, if anyone has been to summer camp or whatever, especially...
Who has been to summer camp?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So there's like some very specific moments and things and feel that that this movie has that I don't think a lot of other summer camp movies have. And I think it has to do with Robert's experience, and he was able to capture that. So the question was that true that he went there? Because I think that has a lot to do with...
Yes, he went there. Camp Algonquin was the name, and he called it Camp Arawak. But I said, why did you make this film? And he said, well, I made a beginning, an end. And I said, and you filled it in with a baseball scene? So I think...
went to camp, so that was probably this baseball game he played.
Yep.
Yeah.
Recreate all of those moments. Yep.
So thank you, Dave Sheridan. Oops. Yeah, ballsy film. No, I think that it was cool because he tried to make it feel like camp.
And it definitely did. There's things in there, like there's a mention of color war in there.
Yes.
So that's like a huge thing, especially at the camp that I went to. And a lot of camps have different variations of what that is. And so I knew immediately the first time that I saw this movie, I was like, oh, the guy whoever made this movie went to a camp and knows what it is to be at a camp. So there's a lot of things like that. I mean, we can get into the shorts discussion.
I'm sorry, what shorts? The shorts?
Yeah, I mean,
or the short
tops?
Is
there any other questions out in the audience? There's got to be a couple here.
Everybody's
right over
ass was hanging out. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, right there.
Oh my God, I love you. So Robert was like, oh, can you like do a little hum? And I was like, oh, for what? And he said, just hum a little song. And I was like, is that good? And he was like, oh, that's good. And then I saw the movie and I was like, oh God, that's scary. So yeah, I created that little like. It was fun.
Is it the same song that Meg is humming?
Yes.
Right. So I thought that song was I'm gonna fuck Mel good. I'm gonna fuck Mel good. It's not? Oh, okay. I was wrong.
No, but it was ominous and that whole like, moment of you don't know what's happening.
It's a great moment. It's a great directing moment to get you to do that. Because from what I'm getting, that wasn't in the script. That's probably something he just riffed on and you riffed on, and that's awesome because it has such a great feel. Great question, by the way.
Thank you.
Who was that asked that?
I
It's
said
right
I
here.
love you.
Can you come up here for a second?
I love you. Hi.
Well, it's not anything weird. You get two
It's
free
so
tickets
weird.
to
It's really.
to Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Fantastic.
That's awesome. That was such a great question. I was waiting for that kind of moment right there.
There might be better questions out there.
Yeah, right
We're out of
over here.
tickets. Sorry.
Wait, when that movie came out in 1983, with that movie came out of left field from
I felt like Angela, very quiet and shy, and they were like, we're terrified. They were scared and brought my 8th grade class. So it was such a moment, for me. And I'm glad I did. Fuck them. No, I'm kidding.
idea.
You guys are both like such iconic films, right? In like horror cinema, and you know, a lot of people here came on.
Doofy from Scary Movie!
Let's go. Yeah. We're going to tell you about Angela and Doofy in a minute. We'll tell you that.
Do you guys find it at all surreal to see the fan bases like this later on after the films? Like, do you find it like at all weird to have that much attention?
Well, I'm blown away. Okay, it's hard to talk because I appreciate you so much, and a film you make at 13 is like, it's my whole life, so I appreciate you so much because it is my world. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thanks for knowing the movie or first seeing the film. But he's an asshole, so.
Ditto. Here's one thing. Well, two things really quick. Let's go back to the Meg thing. So she's humming the same song, but you made up the song, so you must have shot that prior to her scene. But you killed Meg, and you heard her humming that song. So what he wanted to do, the director wanted to have her humming that song of My Love with Paul. What's the character's name? Chris. Chris is the actor, right? Paul is the character, right? Your Love with Paul was, she's getting ready to go and be with Mel humming that song, and the song now being hummed is, I've completed my love for him. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. Just throwing that out there. Deep cut. Throw that down there. But the other thing is this: $19 million in the box office in 1983, which works out to be $98 million in American money now. So it is a hit. It's not some weird like no one's ever saw this. If a movie came out today and made 98, Terrifier 2, which she's in, that made $11 million in America, like 13 million worldwide. And they're like, oh my God, Terrifier 2. So this is 98 million on this film, which is why there's 4 sequels. You know, it's not a cult sleeper hit, but it transcended time. Because back then it was like shock thing. And then it turned into a cultural thing, and then it turned into like, this thing was ahead of its time, and this thing means a lot to people. You know what I mean? So, the one thing about Doofy and Angela, we might as well tell them this.
This is great.
We've known each other for years, and we were sort of like drawn to each other. We've done 35 movies together.
Best friends.
Yeah. We finish each other's sentences.
And he's an ass. Has anyone seen Victor Crowley? So,
First film, right. We had no lines with each other. We were like, we loved each other on set, but it was kind of like, I didn't know your scene with the bookstore, you know what I mean? Like, holy crap, she's stealing the movie. If I knew that, I would have even amped it up more. Because then the reviews came out, it was like, Dave Sheridan stole the movie. No, Felissa Rose stole the movie. No, it's Dave Sheridan. She was like, oh, hey, are you looking at it? Yeah.
That's cute. That's cute. There's a
So
question
cute.
here.
So cute, thank you.
Love the film. I was going to ask, this film is very thematic. There's a lot going on, especially compared to films that were made back then. There's everything from like pedophilia to gender identity and bullying and whatnot, and really that plays a lot on today's society. If this film were released in modern times of this year, how do you think it would be received?
how would it be received? Hopefully, because I honestly think she's killing because she's bullied. Fuck that! You know, I hate bullies. Don't we hate bullies? Yes! And I think anything that happens to Angela is just, oh my God, I hate the bullies. So all of the other social commentary is awesome. And 40 years ago, that's crazy. Like that we're still, it's relevant today.
Well, I can tell you this, that at least two of the things that you mentioned, like identity and bullying, is still that's still in summer camp stuff. Still very relevant to kids that are going there. At least in my experience, kids go there. They don't have parents there, and they're able to then experience things and find themselves. That's the most exciting part of not only being a camper, but then when you're on the other side, like seeing a kid come into camp like being so shy or not knowing who they are. By the end of the summer they do. So that idea of like identity, bullying of course is still there. It was there 40 years ago. It's always, so Robert's just taking stuff from his experience at a summer camp and just putting that in. So it's interesting that you say it's thematic and it works on it, because those themes are still relevant today. So I mean, now to your question, I don't know. I mean, maybe you would have a different thought. I mean, it would probably be treated differently on film today than it was treated 40 years ago, for better, for worse, who knows? But it's, those themes are still very relevant. I think anyone would still connect with
It's
those
a journey of
themes.
adolescence,
Yes.
regardless, and there's a Lord of the Flies aspect to going to camp.
Great question, by the way.
I think social media would be very prevalent in a new version.
There's a few
You know what I
things
mean?
like that, yeah. At the
There's
camp
a
I
lot
went
of
to, we
social
actually did not allow any phones, so there was no social media. Anyways, okay, yep, right in the center. Yep.
Wow.
Do you think, by the way, great seeing the movie for the first time. Absolutely.
Hi,
Two
thank
thumbs
you.
up.
Thank you for everyone who just saw this. Thank you. Hey, applaud that! I don't want to stick a fucking crawling iron up your ass!
Okay, and the question.
I was just wondering, do you think it would be, what with all the remakes that are being made today, all the modern remakes of really classic films, do you think it would be a bad thing or potentially a good thing if Sleepaway Camp had a modern adaptation? Like,
Hi, Jim.
wouldn't fly.
Hi, Jim.
Hello again.
Hi, thanks for being here. Do I think, Aunt Martha is a great film to start with.
I have to agree.
Right?
100%.
We need to understand the beginning of what the fuck was going on. I am trying to make that happen because I would love to know why. Where was she from? And all of her, stuff.
Quirks, proclivities.
Her quirks. Yes, that.
Does anyone know who bought the rights to this? Daughter of a very famous rock star. No?
What?
Bruce Springsteen? That's why the sequels kind of went down an interesting path. Anyway.
I love the sequels. Don't we all love the sequels? Yes!
I like the sheriff, Jerry. Return to Sleepaway Camp.
There's got to be maybe one or two that we can get out of here. Yes, right there.
Thank you. I followed Robert's direction, so anything he needed, I was like, okay, I'm ready. But yes, I did feel like I was a very insecure teen, so it was hard to just kind of embrace what was happening. And in those moments, I just did everything he wanted, so. Oh, thank you so much, thank you.
Sure, yeah.
No dicky pranks.
There's enough pranks going on in the movie itself.
Did they keep that from you, or did you know what you were getting into right from?
Great question.
I knew.
Yeah.
I knew. I read the script. Yeah, I read the whole script. I knew.
So
No
they
one
didn't like
else did.
Empire Strikes Back.
No,
The other actors
The other actors
They
didn't
did
know.
not. No.
Interesting.
No.
That's awesome.
No, they did not. I was alone.
There was someone over. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so, first of all, I just want to say this is like one of my all-time favorite movies. And,
Oh my God, I love you. Thank you.
and I'd like
Thank
to
you.
thank you because this movie was a movie I saw with my little sister, and she was so terrified by you at the end that I now use that for like 30 years.
Hell yeah. Where's she at? We should do a video for her. Oh
I know,
my gosh.
right? And I would constantly be doing something and I'd be like, Monica, and she'd be like, She'd be like, "Mom." So she heard that so much and loves it at the same time. So my question is about that scene. When it came to do it, was there like a direction? Did they say, hey, we want you to just do the most insane thing, make these weird noises? Like, what was the direction for that final face, the iconic?
Robert said, just look with your mouth open and eyes to the right. It's like, okay, I'll do whatever you want. I'm 13 and I'm here to make you happy. So yeah, I did that and that was it. That was the whole
Well,
movie.
you had to make the face mask. There was a cast made before with the mouth open for the other actor to wear, right?
The one with the penis.
Right. But the mouth was open.
You mean the dick? The dick?
You get.
Are we talking about the penis? Let's talk about it's Dave Sheridan, the penis. 2 inches.
Yeah, there was a. Yeah, right there.
How did the concept of Angela being transgender come to be?
Sorry.
How
How did the concept come up?
I mean, I think the script was, very apparent, and I was so happy again because I was like, oh my God, my dad opened this resort, and it was important to me. Yes, he opened the first gay resort, so for me it was important. But I just felt like I was happy that people were understanding the idea of like sexual identity and social, commentary that was happening in 1982. That was huge. So I was just happy to be there and do whatever they wanted.
Awesome. Yeah.
Go back to the dick scene.
Penis.
Really far back.
The two actors that come up upon you, and you have your back to them, and then finally you stand up or whatever. Did they know what to expect, or,
Yes.
or did the director?
I think at that night they were like, okay, this is exactly what's happening. And that was me and Paul, Chris Collette, we were really there. So we all knew what was happening. But yeah, they were pretty available. And it was 1982. I mean, come on, we knew.
Maybe one more question, if we have one out there. Sure. Let's get someone who hasn't.
Did you get to keep the part?
No. My penis? No, it's right here.
It was really your penis?
No.
I'm gonna go on record with a yes. It was cold. It was in the fall. We're in the water. That's all I can say.
I just got your whole kit yesterday.
Oh, that's such an awesome.
It's your first time seeing it, but you got like a collector kit that's only available on eBay for $500.
That's awesome.
Great job.
Did you take anything else from the set, or did you have any other props from the set? No, you just in and out.
So the one thing about that mask that was made to be her face, to fit it on my face, right?
Yeah.
So where they painted the blood on her was to cover.
Yeah.
They made the mask with a drip, but it was paper thin. It was like a Pringle. It was about the size, think of it. So therefore, it was hard. It disintegrated.
Yeah.
Because of how thin it was. But they wanted it to be. It didn't want to look like Rocky Erickson or something. You know what I mean? Like, so. Yeah. That's good.
Well, thank you.
Just a reference.
Thank you both for being here. Thank you so much. Anytime. If you want to give a quick shout out to James and Judy and everyone at Shock Stop. Shock Stop. Friday, Saturday.
Shock Stop! Who's coming to Shock Stop? Sorry, I said, who's coming to Shock Stop? It's the best convention. I've been with them for so many years. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Huge thank you to Film London as well. Thank you to Film London. Thank you everyone for coming out and spending some time with us. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. Drive home safe. Please take your cars with you. Don't leave them in the lot. Don't leave them in the lot. Thanks, guys.